The best.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis doing what true crimers do.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
Mr. John Davis. John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
This guy John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime. Maybe that's where I've heard that name before.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis, and it's good to see you, John. How are you?
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True.
Hey, John Davis.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime kicks butt.
Tune in and watch John Davis True Crime. You will love it. It's one of the best channels on YouTube. Tune in. It's John Davis True Crime.
Jesse, for your information, that was my woo face, is what that was in the thumbnail. Sometimes when I get fired up, I take a picture. I'm like, smack, woo! Brandy's going to be joining us shortly, is the word I'm getting. I don't know. Yeah. Rumor around the office is Brandy's making coffee. I should have already had it done, according to Brandy. Hey, we all dropped the ball here and there, right? Yeah, I should have done that. I wasn't thinking. I'm off mine this morning. I'm feeling a little sluggish. I'm usually wide open by now. You know it? How's the weather? Raining with a chance of nasty. I found a picture last night. Oh, don't tell me. What's that? Have y'all seen this? I hadn't seen too many pictures of Sebastian as a young man. That's a good picture, ain't it? It's like he's got his Spider-Man shirt on. I used to have some Spider-Man underoos. Back in my day, you had underoos. You could get Hulk. I had a set of Hulk t-shirt, green tighty-whities. It was a whole look, a whole vibe. Clearing up here by Canada in Boise. I thought that was such a good picture. I had never seen that. Y'all seen it? Am I the only one? Am I behind on this? My oldest son had every superhero underoos that they made. How old's your oldest son, Liplock, may I ask? May I inquire? I like the pictures. I can hide behind them. That was a good picture, wasn't it? I was doing some browsing. I'll tell you what, man. You want to try to see what everybody's kind of thinking. Go to their Facebook. They are going to weigh in somewhere. Somehow, some way. This is Katie Proudfoot's dad. He says, "To any friends I may have left in this world, this is Dave Payne. My grandson's been missing for 3 weeks now from Middle Tennessee. His name is Sebastian Rogers, a 15-year-old boy. Autism. Please help find him and bring him home to his mother, Katie Prideful. Please and thank you." That is Katie's dad. And he seems to have a real misunderstanding of the situation. I think I forgot to download it, but there's one where he a message where he says this lie about Katie leaving the area, that never happened. Katie never left the area. And I'm like, dude, what? Even Katie admits she left the area. You are out of the loop, brother. Katie admits that. Not Katie's dad, though. Nope. Never happened. I saw that post. Yeah. It's what he says, man. I don't know. It's what he's saying. I tell you, man, I am just by the news that come out since the last time I've been on about what happened to Sebastian earlier on, and this back and forth between Seth and her. She makes some raw accusations. I haven't seen any evidence to back any of them up, though, personally. I think it was easy for her to get angry at Sebastian for making Chris angry, a chain reaction, but most of us choose our kids over a stepdad. I don't know. I don't know what to make of some of this. I tell you, though, it's, I don't know. I really, I would hate to see this turn into another, we still don't know, and be here. I mean, Summer Wells' case is coming up on 3 years. Vanished. Nobody can tell you a great theory on what and how what happened to her. Still, really, as far as we know, there's no great evidence of anything. I would hate to see this turn into that, because this is kind of different. You know, in Summer's case, the family was the biggest suspects, and, you know, outside of that, there wasn't nothing. Now you got like the Seth and Katie thing, to where this is, I mean, they ain't just a little over a month, and that thing of where they were trying to, I guess, play nice, that's gone. You need to look at the divorce papers between Katie and Seth, no angels and all this. Oh, I read them. I seen the papers. Personally, I think back and forth between the parents needs to go to the side, find this poor boy first, then sling the mud. You know, I have to say, though, I think the search effort for him has been pretty good. That's the odd thing, you know. I think we're past, you know, finding him in a barn or something like that in the area. I think wherever he is at, I don't think he's in the area. Not in the immediate area anyway, because I know the search has been going on and on. My oldest is 50. Me and your son might have had them kind of underoos, look like. Might have been both wearing Hawk at the same time. Search has been awesome. They have covered thousands of miles. Yeah, the effort's been great, man. It's still good from what I hear. I just hate that it seemed, well, I don't know. I don't think you can read anything into I don't think you can read anything into law enforcement, because, I mean, if you think about it, if they have something they're on, they don't want to alert the person they're on to. Or do they just honestly not think they have anything to do with it? Don't know how, if you don't have evidence of him leaving and being outside of there anywhere, then you would think the last person in the house with him is a pretty good suspect. Correct? I think it's the only suspect. No, actually, I didn't take her out. I don't know about Bradley.
I spill it.
No, you tried to, though. You tried to. That'd have been $1 off the tip if we'd have been at Applebee's or something.
Hmm.
11 minutes. Still ain't made it to the set. Law enforcement is not going to tell you anything that can mess up the case, as should be. Oh, absolutely. I didn't say I had a problem with it, Suzette. You need to back up off the caffeine this morning, lady. Yes, and the fact you don't participate in search speaks volumes. Me and Brandy talked about that, and Brandy's like, why ain't you searching? I'm like, well, you don't search for something when you know where it's at.
But I would have to have something to do just to, I couldn't sit around the house with my kid missing.
Could you sit around the camper at Chris's job?
Not a normal person did. Because I guess he's still working too, which gotta make a living, but it's kind of strange.
Tina said, if Riley were missing, my old disabled ass would be out there every day.
Yep. I think maybe the law enforcement's kind of playing them. Like, I know a lot of times they like, at this time, the parents don't have anything to do with it, we don't think. Maybe they're just saying that to throw them off.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
So I think they had something to do with it, too. Nothing else makes sense. Nothing else to me makes sense.
Nothing makes sense.
A 15-year-old boy just goes missing in the middle of the night.
In the middle of a sweet-ass neighborhood.
Haven't been talking to anybody other than his family. You don't have social media and stuff.
No cameras at their house.
Nope. Oh, yeah, the cameras weren't working.
No sign of him on anybody else's cameras in the neighborhood.
Nope. 3-hour phone call.
I still say, I think there's a chance the footage is legit. They don't want you to know it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe. What footage?
The footage you say that you don't think's anything.
Oh, the lights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when I got out, the cops were like, oh, crap.
Maybe.
That's Exhibit A.
You never know, maybe.
Out here on YouTube. It's possible.
They would have to have other camera footage in that area.
If he left, yes.
Yeah, I guess. If he didn't, they wouldn't have nothing. But their vehicle, well, probably not. If they're smart enough, they probably know where to go. So their vehicle would be on camera.
Yeah. And he didn't walk. In my opinion, if he left the house without shoes, I don't think he was walking.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so either. And it's still kind of chilly this time of year, a month ago especially. What person would go away from your house without shoes on in the middle of the night?
I'd be interested to know if they've checked out the clothes he was wearing when he's last seen in the Texas steakhouse video.
Mm-hmm.
They're there or not.
Oh, yeah, that'd be, yeah. Yeah.
I'd be interested to know if they are inventoried, if they were found. They said they've been in the house a ton, right? That's the way I understand it. No? Yes?
Mm-hmm. Then they say the scratches all over stepdad. I never seen them for myself, but I've heard people say that. I don't know. That is weirdo. If he had scratches up his arms.
Well, I mean, in that picture, unless it's doctored, that looks like scratches to me. No scent of barefoot boy. He did not walk out.
Yeah. And I think the trash ran that morning or something to do. I heard, what was that? I don't know. That's why they're searching landfill. The trash ran that morning.
Yeah, see, and I heard that like the bags were heavier than usual. Somebody said. Now I can't vouch for the authenticity of that.
Yeah, I hate saying stuff like that because they'll come back and say, yeah, YouTubers cause a lot of issues in the case.
Yeah, I try not to add in a ton, but that's what's being said. I'm not saying I know that.
My opinion, I think some YouTubers have helped a lot in different cases get the word out. Leave it to media. You don't hear a lot about cases.
No.
Only if they're cases they want you to know about, usually.
Yeah. We showed a prime example of that. And I'm still mad about this. Why? Since you brought it up. Why Whitney Hatfield's case being taken more seriously? No matter how you look at it, a 16-year-old girl was talked into sneaking away behind her grandma's back by someone promising dreams of money, gonna be babysitting for a doctor.
Double her age or triple.
She said she was going to contact them. They would hear from her. Nothing. Nobody's sounding the alarm on that.
That
Not one
sounds
person.
like grooming somebody.
It sounds like to me she was groomed and talked out of the house.
And they might be using her for something to make money. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that, but
yeah, I do too. But see, the gentleman that was on the show the other day, he was talking about they're trying to get the alarm raised over child labor laws.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I think I don't like talking bad about law enforcement, but they see like a 16-year-old, 15, a teenager. They put it down as a runaway before anything else for some reason.
Well, she left a note saying she was running away. My thing is, though, I mean, you can tell by the note.
Yeah.
Does that sound likely to anyone? How many doctors are going to let just some random young girl they've never met, and if you Google her name, you're going to see she's missing, babysit for?
Yeah, that don't make sense. Gosh,
there is no doctor. I feel like she believed that, and I feel like she got taken advantage of, and nobody seems to be really putting much effort into looking for her. And the fact, I think, when you're the guardian of a minor, if that minor goes missing from your custody, you should be able to tell Facebook, I need everything that they've ever done. Mm-hmm. And Facebook should be, I'm going to get that shit right to you.
Yeah, I agree.
Right to you. You're their legal guardian. You're responsible for them. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to hide what they were doing behind your back now that they're missing.
I agree.
It's common sense law. Shit like that is what kills me. They cannot get them to release her social media stuff.
That don't make any sense because there's a lot of leads on there, I'm sure. It'll probably explain what happened.
I guarantee you got the groomers on there.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, if you had her social media, you could link it back to Mr. Groomer that's took this girl.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't no doctor. I think she believed there was a doctor. There ain't no doctor.
Yeah, I think she's a bit gullible. I hope our child's not like that. We try to educate her.
Well,
I don't think she had a father figure either, and she's reaching out there for the male attention. Maybe is why, my opinion.
Yeah. Regardless, though, if she ran away or not, she's a minor.
Yeah, they should be looking for her.
You should be looking for her. And when you throw that suspicious ass circumstances in there, you should damn sure think she's probably in danger.
Yeah, she is.
No good person is going to do that. They're not going to go get a 16-year-old girl, meet somewhere where they won't be on camera and you won't be able to,
mm-hmm.
track them.
Yeah. Don't make sense.
I almost think it was maybe somebody from closer to Ohio that talked her into leaving from Alabama and going there. Because she was from Alabama. She had only been there 4 weeks when this happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Her
Maybe
mother lives in Alabama. Her adoptive mother lives in Alabama.
So she might have been talking before that. I would think maybe it takes a little bit to groom somebody into doing something.
And she describes the person in the note like it's a friend. What kind of friend does your child have that you've never met and is going to do all these wonderful things for them, but wants to sneak her out behind your back?
Yeah, that makes no sense. But I agree, as a parent, you should be able to, get social media records, phone records, really.
Yes, definitely.
And you're probably the one paying for that phone. Anyways.
Well, see, she didn't have like a legit
Oh,
phone.
she didn't.
She had a phone, but she didn't have service.
She was just using the internet.
She just used Wi-Fi and used apps to make calls.
I'm sure there's a way they could maybe track that, though.
Well, getting her social media stuff would help a ton.
Yeah.
But for some reason, a guardian can't get that.
That's crazy.
Explain that to me. I don't think they should be able to have social media without a guardian's permission, much less have it. And then, if they come up missing, you don't automatically get to see that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it makes you wonder why Facebook wouldn't want to help with that.
Yeah, I don't get it. Especially it's an underage person.
I get privacy and stuff, but I mean, should you really have privacy as a minor from your parents, especially in a circumstances like this? I don't think so.
Oh. I think she's still out there, maybe. I have hope for her. I think she's just taking advantage of and talked into something, hopefully.
What did the parents give to police to use for dogs to track Sebastian? Do we know? Just wondering about that.
I'm not for sure. Do you know that?
Know what?
What they're asking?
No.
I've never heard.
I just know there was they wasn't a scent to track. Child is missing. Are you going to call 911? They did not. That's a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
At the point you realize that it's serious. No, they call the sheriff's department.
Oh, yeah. That is weird.
You would think at the point that you're ready to do that, you would be like, God, this is an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't think you'd be like, I better look up the sheriff's number.
Yeah. That's weird there.
Ain't it?
Yeah. 911, but you would have to sit there and look at the sheriff. Yeah, that don't make sense at all. And I think if she really thought he wandered off or something, she would spend more time looking for him, than 3 minutes, or she didn't look for him very long at all.
I asked my husband the other day if I had our grandson, you were at work and he went missing, do you want me to call you first or 911? He said, call 911.
Yep. Well, and then I would call you, probably. That's what I'd do.
Well, see, my issue ain't really with who to call first. I just think it's interesting to call the sheriff's department.
Right. There's too many coincidences.
It's almost like you want to set up the investigation through the sheriff's department or something.
Mm-hmm.
To me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's no reason for that.
Huh?
There's no reason for that to call them.
It seems an odd choice to me.
Usually you're taught from a very young age, everybody is, if there's an emergency, call 911.
It just seems like they were selective about who they wanted to share this information with to begin with.
Yeah, there's a reason behind it, I'm sure. I don't know what reason.
911, you call them, they're going to decide who that needs to handle that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like deciding we want the sheriff's department. In my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at it from my direction, seemed like it's what I'm looking at. Thoughts?
I agree.
I don't know. I think we'll get into detail about the stuff that come out about Sebastian, but that's horrible to know. He's had some rough things happen to him.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awful. I heard on that interview. And all the mom and the stepdad does is try to defend themselves. Pretty much.
Well, they don't search, man, and that makes you wonder.
Yeah,
You know,
it's very strange to me.
then you leave home. That just looks bad, and I mean, they may be getting threatened, and whoever's dumb enough to be doing that should go to jail too.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's not judge and jury. We know you know what you found out. It's hard to you look in anybody's life. You're not going to find too many perfect people.
Right.
That's why I can't go as far as to want to be threatening somebody's life, especially when you're. I mean, nobody can be 100% sure on what's happened.
Right.
I think it's mentally disturbed people that do that.
I agree. Is that what they're claiming? People messing with them?
Yeah. Yeah, they're saying they're getting threats. That's, everybody said that. Even Seth, I think, has been threatened now. I think they called the sheriff department because of Seth. They needed to tell him.
But it just don't make sense to me.
No, it don't make sense.
Because it's not the sheriff department he worked at.
Yeah,
I don't think.
it's not those are two separate. They don't live in the same place. I think they called the sheriff's department. They do this in every case, and I don't blame them for leaving at all.
I'll get harassed or.
It's amazing that people do that, though. I just don't see what is that going to accomplish.
Nothing. You don't get the same thing if you go somewhere. People are still going to mess with you. Really. They might not come by your house and stuff because they don't know where you are. But
to me, you're an unwell person if you're willing to threaten the life of a stranger over something that's happened to somebody that you've never met before. That shows really issues.
Yeah.
Those people, whoever would be doing that, should be rounded up. It gets this what do you call it? It's almost like bloodlust to me.
Yeah.
It started now with some people. They just go way too far. Like, I'll say that Katie and Chris look suspicious as heck, right? But you'll never hear me say, "Oh, I know they did it." I know they're guilty. Get them. I won't. People go too far. One of my kids went missing, and the last thing I would do would leave the home that they would return to. Yes. And I found a Facebook for Chris Proudfoot.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. And it has no sign of anybody in it but him, and there's a couple baby pictures in it, which I'm thinking is probably his daughter.
Yeah, I don't know. His background's not good, especially after that interview with his ex-wife.
After you've heard about him with the ex, he has the issue with Sebastian, where CPS had to step in.
Right. I think I don't know. Like I said before, he likes power. He's wanting to be dominant over people. To me, that's how he acts.
Wonder if any searches are going on where Seth lives maybe Sebastian got that far. You know, that's a good line of thought. You never know. Maybe he was trying to make it to Dad's.
Yeah.
I tell you though, I know how big this is. I would have to think his face is very well known, and if he was seen, he would be reported. Wouldn't you?
That's probably the only thing that would make sense to me. If you got mad or upset and try to run to his dad's house or something, you know. I could see that maybe, but not really. But I'm just saying.
Threaten me, fine, but you're going to help me search. I don't know why anybody would threaten searchers unless they were guilty of something and didn't want them to search.
Yeah.
Whoever does that, I don't know if you're crazy or guilty or what's wrong with you that you would threaten people who are actively searching.
I don't get that either. Why would you mess with them, you know? Don't make sense to me. People just don't act right.
Seth isn't home because he's actually searching for his child against doctor's advice. I tell you what, Seth's out there, man, and he does interview after interview after interview. I think I seen him on Newsmax the other night.
Yeah, he's out there. He's doing what he needs to do.
That to me, and you know what, I don't think you should judge anybody too much or too less on how they appear on camera and stuff. But to me, he seems like he's really concerned about finding his son.
Yeah, he is. And he still has hope too, which I would too as a parent.
And he seems to have a lot of hope. And I would hate to be the one to crush that for him. To me, it's almost like Seth's starting to give me the feeling he thinks somebody took him and is holding him.
Oh, yeah.
Is what the vibe I get from him.
At first, when he did interviews, he didn't really say anything about, you know, the mom and stepdad. But now, you know, he throws little hints out there where he's kind of tired of what's out there. You know, I think he thinks they might be guilty. Is how I take it.
Well, it seems like to me, him and Katie had a super bad split up, and it's hard to believe all the shit that's come out between them two, man. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
They have a long history of like bad stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But I still can't I still can't picture this as something that they planned. Can you?
No, I don't think it's anything they planned.
Because the story sucks so bad.
I think it's something that happened, you know.
The story sounds like something you would give in a rush. Like you didn't have a lot of time to put thought into it. Like, if it seems like if you would have thought ahead, you wouldn't have said no shoes for one thing, because that makes it look so suspicious in itself that there were no shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
It feels rushed to me, and it feels like, you know,
they had to put a story together.
They've had to go back and put pieces in, and it's kind of gotten weirder.
Yeah, and their story changes too here and there, you know.
The biggest thing, though, I think, because I try not to nitpick too much, because I think, you know, you'll start getting tunnel vision if you do that. But the biggest thing I think that I've seen is where she added in the last time she knew he was there by the story about the bump and all that, right? The noise and that
afterwards,
that would always be the last time you heard him, right?
Yeah, you remember that.
Why would it get added afterwards? I thought that was odd.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
When's the last time you heard him? I know I heard a noise at blah blah, not 9 o'clock, and then you come back days later and you're like, oh, but then again, you know,
it's kind of like Meline Sodo. The more that mom talked, the more different stuff she says. You know, they can't keep the story straight. They add to but to try to justify the scenario, you know.
That just seemed to me like it was such a I don't know, an odd thing.
So,
Am I nitpicking?
yeah, I think that was odd too. Definitely.
I could be nitpicking. I've been known to nitpick some stuff, right?
Yeah. I think Denali said too, or Madeline. No, yeah. I think the mom knew, but I just think how wouldn't she know? You know.
Speaking of Meline Sodo, as far as I know, he still hasn't been charged with anything but what he got charged with in the beginning. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty confident they hasn't been her charges brought at him yet, right?
No, I was wondering about that. I wonder why.
Well, I'm thinking they're really getting their case together and seeing what they got before, because they've already got him locked up on the CP, right?
Yeah.
So he's not going anywhere.
Right.
Why rush it? But that's sad too.
You know what's weird? They only had one bedroom in that apartment. Where was the mom when this was going on? You know?
You sure about that?
I'm definitely sure. One bedroom. He was assaulting her. One room, one bedroom. That don't make sense at all. I heard that on Nancy Grace.
I want to say I seen somewhere where they said they know there was evidence from 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Or longer. In the night of, he was live streaming off his phone.
Oh, he's such a creepy dude, too. I don't think I have his picture anymore. I got rid of it.
I think he was selling stuff online. Sick.
He is a creepy looking dude to me. I don't know, something about him. I tell you, in that when he was crying in that clip, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, this dude here, he's creepy. I don't have his picture no more. I got rid of it. Crap.
I think that mom will be charged with something, I hope.
Jennifer.
Mm-hmm. She should be charged with letting that fool around her daughter. You know?
Yeah. I meant to throw the Sebastian thing up more because they say that's the best way to help the situation.
I was talking about Madeline. Who were you talking about?
I was talking about Madeline too.
Oh,
it's just we had been talking about him and I forgot. I think we can run it while we talk about whatever, you know. It's good visual.
Mm.
I've been hearing they're trying to do billboards now. They were working on billboards. I seen where Katie was advertising it on her Facebook that they were
getting money together.
Getting money for the billboards. I tell you, Seth's confidence is inspiring to me, you know?
Yeah. You think he knows something else we don't know?
I tell you, to me, he feels like he's got an idea.
Yeah.
Of something. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I don't think nobody took him away or kidnapped him. If he's, I think something happened to him badly.
Theirs is the picture of the accused scratches.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure law enforcement seen that, hopefully. But then I think, why would he be wearing a short sleeve shirt? Wouldn't you wear long sleeves to try to cover it up? I don't know.
That's a good point. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Maybe he thought maybe people wouldn't notice.
Do you think that's even a legit picture? I think it's legit to me. It looks legit. If that's photoshopped, it's damn well done.
Yeah, I just don't understand why you wouldn't cover those up.
I don't know. I would be interested to know how good that the technology's matching up to their story.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, did y'all see? I could have swore I seen where he is locked into a lie detector on the 10th.
Oh, really?
Oh, now I forgot where I saw it at.
Was that Nancy Grace? I know she offered. Was it She offered this cat. I think
Did y'all see where Proudfoot was said to have been taking a lie detector test on the 10th? I could have swore I seen that somewhere.
Was it Nancy Grace that told him or I'm thinking about somebody else. I know she set up one and the person didn't show up.
See, I think he backed out of one.
Okay, it might be.
But I just seen like an update not too long ago that there was supposed to be one on the 10th. I guess I'm the only one that's seen that. Nobody? I could have swore I seen that. Seth is taking lie detector on the 10th, I believe. Good. I knew it wasn't just me that saw that. I caught your live. Yay. Hi, where you from? Seth seems like a psychopath. Shit, I missed it. I'm sorry. See if I can catch back up to you. That seems like a psychopath. Then he likes the mind games with law enforcement and he will pass the poly. Do you mean Chris? Jay Brad, or I think you mean Chris. I thought it was Seth taking the polygraph on the 10th. Was it? Is it Seth? That's Seth that's set up for the lie detector. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry. I could have swore it was Chris. I didn't know it was Seth. Who's he taking it for? I believe Seth's test should be Tuesday or Wednesday this week, I believe. Well, the 10th would be Wednesday. Today's the 8th, Monday. Nancy asked him to. I think there's very little chance he has something to do with it. But I think everybody, that should be the first thing that's done is a round of polygraphs. If you were close to the missing person in their lives, round of polygraphs. And if you ain't got none to hide, or you should sign up for it. I would. If I had nothing to lose, I would do it. Sure, no problem. Let's get me out of the suspect list. Let's mark me off, and I can help y'all find out who this is. I'm sure he wouldn't have a problem with it. Nancy asked both of them to. CP refused.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was I was watching. I don't know, I was confused. I thought Nancy Grace had something to do with it.
I'm going to go get me a coffee.
Here. You should hold it when I was here.
I didn't know. You just got up and walked off. I didn't know where you was going. What's that in yours? It looks awful nice. What? What'd you put in yours? Just a little bit. I don't know. Surprise me. Just a little bit, though. I don't want no milkshake like you drink. But either of the poly ain't going to help in court. An innocent man can make out to be guilty on a guilty man look innocent. Yeah, but I would still do it. Would still do it. And if they failed, I would give them a little bit, let them take another one. Then I'd really start looking into it. If he ran away barefoot, they would have been able to track him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
See, that's why I have a problem with. I don't think he left the house walking with no shoes.
Yeah, me either. I bet after they said that, they're like, "Oh, I don't know why we said that because I don't, we should. I don't know." Threw the no shoes out there in their story.
That's why I'm saying that was bad. They shouldn't have added that. Of course, I guess they're going to be discreet. When you give the description, you got to say.
Yeah.
Wonder how fast. Well, see, they act like they have this great take on their son's shoe situation. I couldn't tell you 100% if a pair of shoes wasn't missing. Could you?
No,
At our house,
no.
I could not tell you 100% that there were no shoes missing. Now, we have 2 sons, but still.
They don't have tons of shoes, but I'm sure they have 6 pairs apiece. 5 pairs. Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. So I couldn't either. Yeah.
To me, that's almost very detrimental to them.
Yeah. Now Taylor, I could because I pay attention to her what she wears usually, and I buy hers so I know what she has. But the boys, I don't think I could.
I couldn't. I don't think you could 100% say that you knew one of hers wasn't missing.
True.
I'm just saying, but we probably horseshoes too long. Could be our issue.
Yeah. I have a real big problem getting rid of Taylor's stuff where she's the last baby. I still got some of her stuff. John tries to get rid of it.
Any sentimental.
I'm just, no.
Ain't gonna be no more either.
No.
Last one.
No, it's sad.
We're gonna be empty nesters one day. Ain't we? No, we're gonna be fly the nesters. We ain't gonna be here. We're gonna be in Florida.
Yeah, I love to be there helping search where the case is going on. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I'd go help.
We're going too soon.
Poor Elijah too. They haven't found him. Baby, 2-year-old.
There's no news on Elijah. I looked him up the other day or this morning.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, he's so little, and they had a lot of time before he went. Actually, they called that he went missing. It'd be hard to find him, I think.
I guess they're still in jail, though, man. It's going to be awful. There's Elijah. It's going to be awful if
one of them needs to talk on the other one.
I just would hate to see them get out of jail without him being found. You know what?
Yeah. Now that you bring him up, you know what was weird? The ex-wife of Chris,
Yeah.
She was saying that she disciplined one of her kids, and he was like 3, and he was telling him he needs to act like a man at 3 years old.
I heard that.
And
yeah.
I was thinking about Elijah's case because that's similar to him.
Old Proudfoot said basically the same thing that Jesse Vane said, that, it's going to teach him how to be a man.
Yeah. That's weird.
How old was the kid in Proudfoot's case? 3?
3, yep. That's
It's
crazy.
odd, man. It's odd how some of these people say the same thing.
I'm like, what? That's weird.
Don Wells. If I could, I'd go in every neighbor's house around here and search.
Yeah.
What was his name?
West
Boys. Trezell West. If I could, I'd go in on every one of these houses and search. I'd go door to door.
Yeah.
Both of them, didn't they?
When is a 2 or 3 year old ever a man? I don't get that. That's weird to me.
And then Jacqueline West is like, and they were over there playing. And then Candace Wells is like, and I walked her over to the porch. It's creepy stuff, ain't it? Feels up my spine how some of this looks. In my opinion, Chris Proudfoot believes that you can discipline the autism out of a child. Really?
God, I'm off camera. You can't even see me. You should have told me that.
Scoot over. I didn't even realize it. Brandy over there sitting to the side. Neither one of us known it. Has it been like that the whole show?
No.
Why didn't y'all tell us Brandy wasn't in the shot?
That's funny.
Wasn't in the shot.
Oh, wow.
I tell you what, they said something about him hitting a kid in the face too, didn't they?
Oh, maybe. I know the ex-wife, he liked to discipline her kids. That wasn't his. She didn't like that. I wouldn't like that either.
See, I didn't watch that. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he should have.
Well, everybody just said, "Oh, he did a bunch of horrible stuff to her and her kids." So I thought it showed character to me. I didn't need to know details. I didn't realize that it was kids that weren't his. Yeah, that's wild. I know.
Yeah, it was her kids.
There's another example. There's an example of what could have happened to Sebastian at a different level. You know what I'm saying? It's already happened. He's already shown he will discipline the heck out of somebody else's kid.
Yeah. My opinion, if you're not a parent, you shouldn't be disciplining a kid by, whipping or anything like that. If you're the step parent. Now, I would say, yeah, you can tell them no, yes, try to correct them, but not put your hands on them,
I think, I don't think, to me, even that, well, I don't know. See, I guess if you had raised a kid since one,
I guess it depends,
I don't know. I don't think you should be smacking 3-year-olds.
No. Well, if the father's still in the picture and they actually have the other, a parent.
Yeah.
Yeah, both parents, all stepmom, stepdad needs to come to like different standards,
See, and that's like in their case where, Seth was in his life, he just wasn't staying that he wasn't the parent who had the main custody, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. He was in his life. There was no reason for Chris to have to touch nobody.
No.
See, and that kind of shit makes it. They've made their actions in their past and all this is what's made them look suspect, not anybody else.
Yeah.
The story sucks. I went to bed. Everything was cool. Woke up. Pff, gone. Dogs never barked. Nothing. They had dogs in the house.
Oh, I know. That's weird.
Multiple dogs.
See, I didn't know that at first. I'm like, what? That's weird. Our dog barks at just anything, like any little noise.
See, Grace asked the girl, she was like, you a light sleeper? And she's like, 50-50. How many people you know's 50-50 if they're a light sleeper? Sometimes nothing will wake me up. Sometimes a pin drop.
Jonathan's a light sleeper.
I'm a light sleeper. Brandy, somebody could come in and take us all out.
Once I go to sleep, yeah.
Wouldn't bat an eyelash, would you?
Not after I fall asleep, I don't wake up usually.
You're out, ain't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then the what's her, Christy, right? Yeah. She takes all, or took, no. Yeah, she claimed different things on Seth. Remember? Almost got him arrested.
Oh, yeah, and the divorce or the order of whatever.
And he lost his job.
Had him living homeless.
Mm-hmm. She did that just to be mean, I think.
See, that's some vindictive shit she done to Seth.
Why would you do that to somebody?
In my opinion, that shows to me, would she do, what would be the most vindictive thing you could do to him?
That, really?
Take his son from him. But I don't think they were in a bad place, was they, when Sebastian went missing? I don't think it was out of control, like, between them, was it?
I don't think so. It's weird, though. Like, he was going to live with his dad, That's why I think it just happened in the moment. Like, he got really angry and couldn't help himself and did something to him.
So you think he was there?
Not Seth, but the stepdad.
Right, Chris.
Yeah, I think he was there.
That's my thing. I think it all comes down into was he actually there or not? I think there's a chance it could have been her.
Yeah, it might have been her.
And he came and helped possibly after the fact because
True.
I would say she would need some help.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I so have my reservations about all three parents. Well, I mean, some of the stuff that comes back, Seth's no angel either, But I think when it comes to Sebastian, he's the least likely to have hurt him.
Yeah.
I think. Katie was alone and locked in the house with Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Sick.
Josh Powell unalived his boys because he was going to lose them.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh man,
That's
that
awful.
story's awful. They still ain't found her.
Mm-mm.
Susan Powell. Do y'all remember that? That's been 20 years.
Long time ago.
Still ain't found her.
Selfish. Very selfish. Didn't only kill his wife, but killed himself and his kids. Because he's scared he's going to lose them or was losing them. Or already lost them because they were coming for a visit. It's crazy. See, I wonder how she was as a parent. Acted around him. Seth, you know.
Seth had a chance last year to get Sebastian and told Katie until his behavior was better he wasn't taking him. So now supposedly at the end of the school year he was taking him.
Well, I meant Sebastian. I wonder how his mom treated him or when they were alone. If she handled him pretty good. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
If they ever had altercations or not.
He blew the house up with them in it. Yeah, after he struck them with axes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What?
The axes. I thought he just blew them up.
No.
Yeah.
He knocked them out with axes first.
They just need to come clean and say where he is, Sebastian.
None of them are suspects, law enforcement said, that are awake. None are persons of interest.
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why they say that.
I tell you, I'm starting to think now they never name anybody a person of interest before they arrest them.
Yeah, I agree. They don't want to, I guess, give them hints of what's going on.
I'm starting to learn that you never see anybody even talked about anymore as a suspect until they're arrested.
Yeah. That's usually how it is.
I think it is starting to be a case of where there is no persons of interest anymore.
Yeah, that's what I think.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Someone was telling me old Daybell's trial starts soon this week. So
Oh, does it?
that's what I was hearing. I thought you'd been on top of that. You knew all about that shit, didn't you?
Yeah, she's just psycho.
A bad mother doesn't inform the father that there is a CPS case involving his child.
Are you talking about
Katie? I thought it was odd that Seth went through Chris to discuss getting Sebastian. So maybe that's how they handled it because him and Katie couldn't get along, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel bad for Seth. It has though. I mean, because I really don't think he's suspect. I could be wrong, but to find out about that, because didn't he find out basically like the rest of us did, would be so hard not to act out after finding that out.
Yeah.
I know a lot of divorced couples that use the partner to communicate. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's an odd thing.
Yeah. I've seen other people do that.
A lot of people do it different ways. Some, like I know, a lot of people will talk to the grandma.
Mm-hmm.
Grandma handles some shit a lot of the times. Some people just can't get along.
Nope. Shouldn't be around each other. Sometimes you know, you drop the kids off, you have like a meeting spot, not even at the other's house.
Yeah.
Like a public place.
Yeah. Sometimes it's got to be a public place. There can be witnesses.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That happens a lot too.
Possible that Katie told Sebastian, go to bed. CPS is on the phone and he will be here tomorrow to take care of you. And the kid bailed. The last day they spent together was like a prisoner getting his last meal. You know, I thought there for a little bit a while back that maybe he had taken off to get away from Chris.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like that if that's the case, by now somebody has to be helping.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's been a month or more.
Hey, JDTC, good to see your better half is doing this live with you. You guys are awesome.
Oh, thank you. I was half off the screen for most of the live. I didn't realize it.
I put baby in a corner. I didn't. I stuck you in the damn corner over there, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. You heard anything more about the moms that went missing? And that's weird too.
No.
That is weird. Have you guys heard about it?
I can give you the overview real quick. You want it?
Mm-hmm.
I actually had something prepared for that in case that came up. Crap. It always covers the first of it. Suspect foul play in the disappearance of two women who were traveling to pick up children in Oklahoma over the weekend. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation said investigators believe there was evidence to indicate foul play based on information obtained from a search of the car Veronica Butler, 27, and Jillian Kelly, 39, were last seen in. Here's a picture of the two ladies we're speaking about. Immediately clear. It's not immediately clear how the two women, both from Kansas, knew each other, but they were traveling together to pick up children. The Texas County Sheriff's Department said on Facebook. They never made it to the pickup location. Their car was located abandoned on the side of the road, according to the Endangered Missing Advisory activated by the Oklahoma Highway Patrol. Officers found the car the two were last seen in near Highway 95 and Road L, which is south of Elkhart, Kansas, in rural Texas County, Oklahoma. OSBI began to look into the women's disappearance on Saturday after Texas County, Oklahoma Sheriff's Office requested the assistance. Anyway, it's a wild story about them. I hadn't seen an update on that. Had you?
No.
Did you look? I hope you did.
No, I haven't looked today. I hadn't seen anything. But isn't that weird?
Heard about that case, but don't know any details really. They found the car now. BHB said there was blood in the car. And
yeah, I seen that too. I heard it.
They were doing a custody exchange. She was coming, I think it was the younger one was going to get the kids. And I still haven't understood their relationship. Have you?
I've heard friends, not friends, just knew each other. I've heard both.
I heard it was a church thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Like she was a lady from church. I'm still not sure about that. But the thing is that there apparently was tension between the families, and like the dad of the children, he was in rehab, so it's not him. So I don't know. It's a wild case, ain't it?
Yeah, it is. I haven't found any trace of either of them. That's weird to me. I think she might have went with her just, because
one of them
in the past probably changing up or exchanging kids.
One of them is a preacher's wife. That's what I seen, and maybe I put it together in my head that maybe it was like the preacher's wife was going because they knew she should have somebody with her,
Yeah,
possibly.
maybe. Yeah. Or the one on the right is the preacher's wife. The older one.
Yeah. I think I had, yeah, Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly. As far as we know, still missing, right?
Right.
Out of Oklahoma. Man, people be coming up missing a lot lately, don't they?
Yep. I know. I don't. It's just weird. It's strange to women, you know.
That's the thing.
I think it was more than one person, maybe.
You think it was targeted?
Yeah.
You think it had something to do with the custody exchange?
Maybe. That's weird. It would. I don't know what happens. Stranger.
The preacher's wife is who supervises her visits with her kids.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I didn't know that.
okay.
I did hear that the dad was on drugs and out, like had a troubled past.
Yeah.
I did hear that.
See, I had heard that, and I had heard he was supposed to go into rehab, but BHB was saying that he was in rehab when they went missing.
Yeah.
That's sad. It looks bad though, man, don't
Yeah.
it?
And it was his family that had the kids. I guess his maybe parents. I'm not for sure.
Oh, knowing that, man, that even makes it worse,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. That she was having supervised visits and stuff. You know that the church, the preacher's wife, ain't into something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's sad. One mistake in your life can lead to disaster.
See, and I would almost guarantee you whatever's happened to him is been because of the background of the other lady,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the preacher's wife was just a
good citizen, really.
A
good person,
helping a woman see her kid and got wrapped up in something.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you it turns out.
Yeah, I agree. That's probably what happened.
I think the talk of him ridiculed by stepdad makes me think they are definitely guilty of something. A lot of people have a big issue with the way old Proudfoot talks about Sebastian and stuff. He tends to be critical of a lot when he talks about him.
Yeah.
The grandma changed the meeting location as well to this area with nothing but no traffic and pig farms. Do that math.
Wow.
See, I heard grandma is the suspect in the case.
Yeah.
She's the suspicious party.
She would have to have help though I don't know, unless she had a weapon or something. I don't know.
I tell you, some of these grandmas do not bullshit. They get too attached to that grandkid, man. We've seen a lot of cases of this. It's usually the mother that ends up paying the price too, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think hopefully more will come back out about that case. I'd hope 2 women, 1 missing.
Forcing a 15-year-old to wear a pull-up is freaking ridiculous.
I'm talking about Sebastian.
I'm assuming. I haven't heard that.
I didn't know that.
I think regardless if he is involved or not, Chris Proudfoot ain't a great dude. I mean, come on. Mississippi is a non-tradition state. That is why Chris and Katie fled there. Is there such thing as a non-extradition state?
No, I didn't know that. I know countries. I didn't know about states. A state to another state, maybe. I didn't know that.
I'm 4'11" and weigh around 100 pounds. Face off if they mess with one of my kids or grandkids. That's Lip Lock. Did you know Lip Lock was 4'11"?
I didn't.
Oh, Lip lip lock. I didn't know you was that short. You like a hobbit.
That's what I'm saying. 2 women, it would make it a lot harder to, you know, make both of them disappear. You think they'd be fighting back?
Yeah, it definitely does.
Even though you're 4'11", like lip lock.
I bet you was hell at limbo, wasn't you, lip lock?
Probably won every time.
Didn't even have to duck.
That was advantage. It's funny.
Lip lock just walk under that shit. I am a hobbit. Actually, I'm an elf. Really mean granny elf. Oh, that's good stuff. I thought it was funny how old Seth straightened Nancy out on calling her his wife. Ex.
Yeah.
But it still cracks me up. You ready to sign off?
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody, we appreciate y'all for coming this morning. We're going to do some homework and be back tomorrow morning and see if there's anything up to date. I haven't seen much lately.
Nothing.
I did reach out though to Whitney's family last night.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget about keep your eye open for her. Reached out to her family. No news. Nothing.
Oh, really?
Still. So we're going to keep in touch, try to think of different ways we could help. But
They need her information. They need their social media stuff.
That social media thing needs to happen.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks to all the folks.
Yeah, thank you guys.
We had a good crowd today for our morning show, didn't we? People got up and came out. Y'all remember Dynamite comes in very small packages? Yeah, I'm sure you think that, Lip Lock. I'm sure that's your mantra being 4'11". I think Dynamite comes about 5'11" to me. You come up to about my kneecap, Lip Lock. Everybody have a good day. We'll see y'all tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp.
Yeah, see you guys. Have a good day.